Hi, Ralph.
You got it? No, you got the echo. Should
Why is it echoing?
mute your. You should mute your both your. Well, go into the Zoom meeting and just mute yourself.
So. Oh, here.
Computer tonight, I was lazy. Read everything on my phone.
Good. We're good. This is good. As long as I can get those up there, then. We're all good. Except that we're being recorded right now.
That's all right. I'm not gonna say anything. Oh, maybe. Who cares? I was in Rocky Neck last night
Oh,
at the restaurant 51.
yeah,
Out
what'd
in
you
the deck.
think?
Pricey, but the food was good. I got the they have some nice appetizers. Salmon. Salad with chickpeas. So that was good, but it was pricey.
Hi, how are you feeling?
How you doing?
How are you feeling?
Okay, listen, at the tail end of the lingering cold, you know, I think I'm not like contagious anymore, but I will stay at the end. I just think it's just like, won't go away.
Well, I'm glad you're on the mend.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Have some candy, it'll make you feel better.
Thank you, no.
That's the same odor as. Patrick opened it, he owns the mile marker.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, because I prayed it a lot.
Yeah.
Yesterday. I think we have the same notion. It can be good.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Yeah,
He,
that was.
he put a lot into that.
He did. The place looks good.
Yes,
Yes.
we'll see if he keeps it open. I
Yeah.
think this is the decision year we heard.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. So the lobster, have you tried the lobster
I haven't
on
been
East
there
Main
yet.
Street?
Yeah. Is that good? Is it good? Okay. Check it out.
A little more New England rustic.
Okay.
You know, service is great, food is great. Nice, just in between. You go to the bar and just have a drink or dinner, and they do have a dining room out the back. Yeah,
Do they take reservations?
don't think so.
donut.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
I know. You know what? She put the air up in here and I think it's getting a little cool. I'm
Should
gonna,
they?
I'm gonna tell her not to give her some candy. Sheila. She's so good. She's really
Under bribe, all right? How are you?
Not too bad. How about you?
I'm okay.
Taking in the last couple of days of warm weather.
I know, it's been incredibly warm, hasn't it?
Yeah.
And today I was out doing some stuff and it was 78 degrees.
Yeah.
I mean, it's nice, but here.
You're gonna be on are you joining the
CP.
community preservation?
Yes, I'm gonna take Bob's.
Oh, you are?
Yeah. Guess he has to leave for limits or something.
Oh, okay.
I had done that actually when I was in Bedford back in 2001. We were the first town in the state to take it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah. It was fun. It was fun because it was all so new. We kept having these questions for the state.
Yeah.
It's good, yeah. I mean, what's wrong with giving away money, right?
Hey,
Fun.
it's gotta be a good thing.
Yeah.
I didn't see anything in the.
How's Vito feeling?
He's not as good as me. He kind of caught it from me, I think. I'm on the way out. He's on the way in.
Uh,
Yeah, so he's kind of
is it
self.
cold? Is that COVID?
No, we're tested for now. It's just cold. Your basic.
Yeah, yeah, because few people haven't.
Yeah, I know.
I've got to get vaccinated this week.
Oh, yeah.
This is all being recorded. Sure, everybody's very interested.
You're going for COVID or flu or both?
Well, they have everything else.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just thought I'd go to CVS,
Oh, yeah.
as long as we can still get them,
Yeah,
right?
we couldn't for a while, but now we can again, so.
Did you get
I'm
yours
getting it this week as well.
this week?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're taking walk-ins, or at least
Are they?
that was the last time I saw the sign. I don't know. I don't think they're busy with it. Motion. Yeah,
I'm gonna take a chance.
right, right. I'm with you. Anybody want water?
No, thank you.
In the car. That'd be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I had breath in my left in the car.
It's right out in the hall if you want
Oh,
more.
okay, thanks. So that's super.
Maggie finished the project that I gave her before she was even a member,
And,
going through Proof Fish's book
oh, okay.
and extracting the data from it, because she doesn't have a bibliography or references. And through a mutual friend, I was in touch with her family, the son and the daughter, and they are good friends. So this was a nice connection. They were friends. I was in And, hi, Sue. I need to respond.
It's so warm.
So I know a couple
It's
of
almost
months
like
later,
weird, you know, it's too warm.
I just
It's like
sent
80
another
degrees.
nice sort of, if you sent and it got put in my spam, I might have deleted. Well, so,
This is true.
yeah, so I gave him a second chance, but I haven't heard. So,
What's cooler now, the
I
sun's
think-
going down, that's feel, because the sun was
Saw
supposed
that
to.
you had heard from, no, and about my misunderstanding. Didn't
Didn't
you copy me on an email?
I probably did.
Yeah.
Hi,
Hi,
how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I
Hi.
didn't fall off the earth.
Good, good. Oh, is this number 61?
No,
What is this? Oh,
Oh,
aren't you
those-
great?
the things that I.
You did all
was
your
requested to
tasks.
get.
This is so helpful.
And this is an add-on on the back, speaking of 61. It's attached to this. That's the real one, that's the council
Yeah.
meeting.
Yeah,
Oh, here
that's
it is.
that.
This is-
Oh, okay.
Luckily, this guy sent all his notes. He was prolific in writing down notes of things. So this is a lot of extra information about Middle Street
Very
and
nice.
other areas there.
Wonderful. Perfect.
So
Thank you
have
so
fun.
much. So we'll get to these probably next meeting. This meeting is just going to be a review of projects.
Yeah.
And we weren't going to do
Well-
updates, but this, I'm going to
I'll
look
give
through
you the
this.
61 update now. or
I'm gonna look through
it's in
this.
About 5 words. It's on hold.
Okay,
It's on hold because just because
that's
everything
fine.
was going crazy with me and I couldn't deal with it, so.
Okay,
And I
No, there's
need,
no
I need
rush.
some major help. There's a litany of deeds that I found late in the process
Mhm.
from pre-1830. And Mr. Parsons got a hold of it around in the 60s, 1860s. So I got a lot of space to.
Well, thank you for these. I'll go through. And we have about 3 minutes. Hi, Ann.
How are you?
Great, how are you?
Good, good, thanks. Finally settled.
Good, David, hello, welcome.
Hello. This is my preacher takes care of me, so she's. Any can I end it up with?
Welcome to sit anywhere here. You want me to pull
You want
this
the
out?
end seat, David?
You
Huh?
can sit.
Want the end seat? Is that better for you?
Well,
Yeah, it might be. You mind? Yeah.
Right.
Oh, no, not at all.
No, I can.
More side, like a side mode, back mode.
Sit next to Susan. Somebody's got to.
Good work, Val.
It's you tonight.
Hard
Al.
job.
Somebody's
You
got to.
tonight.
Really appreciated your singing.
Thank you,
That's how we
Good,
work.
okay, then I'll keep,
It's been
I'll
a
keep
long-
doing that.
Along you and finally. Finally able to look ahead.
They are, yes. Nourishment. No, Susan. Little nourishment. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. All right, we've got 2 minutes. 2 minutes and counting. Just in time. David, would you like some water? Yeah, and water?
No, thanks. I'll get it.
Okay, yeah, you know where it is, right? The bubbler is right out to your right, right past the videotapes. No, to you, yeah, right here we go.
I made it. What are these? Are they good?
Yeah, chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah, those.
I love chocolate.
Help yourselves, those are really good.
Chocolate?
Chocolate, sea salt caramel. That had sea salt in there. Julie, hello.
Hi, Jordan.
What's somebody?
And I know Tim
I
is
did
coming.
a couple of my kids' books.
Oh, yeah.
Will they use them? They
Yeah.
put them up?
yeah, definitely have a.
David, here is a
Look, Walker.
agenda, but you really don't
Oh,
need
okay.
one tonight because we're just gonna be watching the screen.
I think I have one.
Oh, you have one. Okay, we're just going through all of our projects. Hi, Tim.
Here comes the old man himself.
You made it.
I'm sweating that I ran down there.
You got a minute to go. You're early.
Right on time.
How are you?
Good, how you doing? Oh,
All right, it's
next.
6:30. Everybody ready to start? Yeah. Got it.
It should be
But she's on-
automatically
maybe on-
recording, Susan. It isn't. Did you push the button that said start
No.
seminar? Oh,
So that's the kind of schedule.
That sounds much fun.
Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you must have.
That's right.
This is the whole come on, today.
That's it. Wonderful. All prepared. All right, I call this meeting of the Gloucester Historical Commission to order at 6:30 on September 29th. The reason I say the attendance out loud is so that the recording will pick it up. And then it'll be in the minutes. Molly
Is
is
there.
there. Hi, Molly. And you'll be taking notes?
Hi, everybody. I will be taking notes. I've got the document that you prepped for me, so should be very easy.
Okay.
Hi, Molly.
Hi, Molly.
Thank you. Hi, everybody.
Hi. So in attendance is co-chair Ralph Pisatoro, Tim Quinn, Bob Whitmarsh, Julie Travers, Maggie Debbie, Sue Wright, David Rhinelander, and Molly Hardy by Zoom. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Fabulous.
Thank you for running this.
See if you say that. Unlike our regular meetings, the focus of this meeting will be to review our projects to see where we've been, where we are now, and where we're going. We'll start by visiting our 3-year plan, identifying projects to continue working on, and we'll also see how our goals fit into Gloucester's 10-year comprehensive plan for the future. So first, unless there are objections or proposed edits, I propose we vote on the August 25th meeting minutes produced by Tim on September the 7th and sent to members on the 16th and 28th of this month.
I'll second that.
Okay, everybody in favor? All right, Susan, and thank you. And Bob. We have one announcement, and that is on the screen, and that is this Thursday. The mayor, with the help of the DPW, will be finally hanging the town hall plaques on the building. It's going to be at 11 in the morning at the city hall entrance at Warren Street. There's actually one plaque for each entry. And it's going to be a short ceremony. He'll say a few words, I'll say a few words. If we could have a small crowd there, that would be amazing, especially the members. There'll be photos. I hope to get press out of it. And then also through the press, I hope to start to promote the program. And one of the reasons why it's just great timing is because Molly and Ralph worked with me to get an online plaque application up on our website. So this streamlines the plaque application process for people. They used to have to download paper, fill it out, scan it, and send it back. And now they simply type in their information and push a button and we get that. The only other thing they have to do is email us their documents and a photograph. So please come if you can. It'll be short and sweet, and it would really help the event and the ceremony to have a small crowd there. So before we start on our projects, we do have one house plaque application to review and to approve. This is on 1 Clarendon Street in Rocky Neck. It's in Macris. It is the Addison P. Watson House, built circa 1884, according to Macris. Addison was the son of Augustus, who was the father and ran the business. Addison later became the president. He married Lalila, and I only know this because I did some digging. I looked it up. They were married for 5 years before the house was built. And in the meantime, they lived across the street with Dad. So I don't think there's any discussion over whether the house is historic, but if anybody else does, well, I'm happy to discuss. I think more of the issue here is what gets put on the plaque, what we recommend gets put on the plaque. And he was president of Tar and Watson Copper Paint. So that's one way to go, is just to acknowledge him and his occupation. Or the other is, as we've discussed in the past, try to include the women, although she is not on the deed and she is not on the building permit.
So those choices are just as you have them there. You can't have Karen Watson mentioned if you have her. Is that the problem? You have 3 lines.
You can, like, for instance, if we do the couple, Addison P, like, you start to run out of room on the
That's what I mean.
plaque.
Yeah.
If we look at a plaque, this particular font is very big because that's all it had to say. And see where it says architects
Mhm.
and the architects' names, we could maybe have them put President Tarma, but then that's only him and that's not her. So I'm not sure to acknowledge her and also acknowledge their association with Tar and Watson.
There'd be confusion if you left out the T in his name and left out her initial and used the ampersand instead of a and kept it on one line.
Yes, their names will fit. That's not the issue. The issue,
Yeah, also it
Is
looks very
whether-
busy. It looks too busy.
What does the homeowner think?
whether we put the occupation on there.
I think you
Did the
should-
homeowner give her a preference?
Right now, there's a small sign on it's a small plaque that different owners had, and it just says Addison P. Watson House, 1885. That's all. She's very lovely, amenable. I think as a commission, we should make a recommendation. They don't have to abide by it, but it just, it gives the homeowner something to think about.
Is there any way of doing both the name and the on Watson paint on the sign?
That's
that
another, so we could have Addison and Lila Watson, maybe no initials, and underneath it, just Tar and Watson Copper Paint. That means they, as a couple, were associated with that industry.
I think that would be, if we could, I think that would be. nice.
I think that's nice to have that somewhere. I think there are a lot of Watson, but they all aren't tied to the company.
That's right.
I
I
think
think
that
it was a
would be
big
nice.
success, and a key thing.
I would say it's mandatory to have in my opinion, Tar and Watson Copper
Me
Paint
too.
there somewhere.
I
Yeah,
think so.
but I think the two, I think the married couple would be nice if they could all fit on the sign.
Whoops, we've lost Molly.
She's on your screen. That's weird.
Oh, okay, maybe she
I
just
think you
stepped
can only
away.
show 2 at a time. Is
Maybe
that
she
the-
just
She was
stepped
up
away.
there.
She was up there, yeah.
You're on. Look,
Oh, there
look,
she
there
is.
she
There she
I'm
is.
here. Sorry. I'm listening. Sorry.
So I think that the consensus is Addison P. and Lalila H. Watson, if it'll fit.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Otherwise, we'll leave off the middle initials. Underneath it, tar and Watson copper paint. And under that, the circa 1884.
Yeah.
How many are in favor of that? Everybody.
Let me, but you don't have the president there.
Yeah, yeah.
No.
That's,
I should put his title with her name.
I know.
well, you could put, I mean, yeah. Cause you know,
Well,
I don't think we usually put titles on.
no, we put on, no, that's true. Well, we
You know,
can.
we usually put the business, but we don't put the title. I mean,
Right.
you know, this is just a plaque. We don't have to say everything.
Like my house, for example, I'm gonna go through this process very shortly. And all,
Promise.
Huh?
Promise.
yes, because you've done half the work for me already. It says merchant, but it doesn't say like what his role was in the business with his brothers, his three brothers. So yeah, I think that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah, I don't think we have to go into too much. Yeah.
Copper Paint Company was a famous, thing, it's not like in Gloucester, so I don't know.
All right, so Addison P and Lila H, if it'll fit, Watson underneath, tar and Watson copper paint and the year. We in agreement?
Yep.
All right, we need to vote on this plaque. And everybody in favor?
I,
No dissents. Very good. Thank you. All right, now we're going to move on to our projects. And we'll vote on all of them. I'd like to vote on all of them to make sure we're all on the same page. It's documented that these are the activities we're working on. We were asked for minutes by the attorney on a vote on demo delay. So sometimes these official votes are needed. So I just want to be on the safe side and vote on everything tonight, either to keep it active, to defer it, or to eliminate it. So we'll review all of the projects, and then I want to finish by reviewing a long deferred project that I would like to see move to active. And that is a register of historic houses. So we'll talk about that after we go through all of these more active projects. But before we discuss goals and initiatives, I want to recognize all of you because we can't get anything accomplished without everybody in this room. And for the first time since I've been involved in the commission, which is like 8 or 9 years now, this is the first time we have a voting membership, all voting, all the members. So it's tremendous team. Everybody brings different set of skills and strengths. And, I'm really encouraged that, and we've already done so very much, but going forward that we'll just continue to do more. So I want to acknowledge each one of you. Ralph, we are really grateful that you decided to stay on. Your experience on the commission is tremendous in your knowledge of all of our projects. And we look to you for demo delay, for website oversight and updates, database management. And this is a belated thank you for chairing our committee. And this is a belated card that still needs to be signed by.
Okay.
So pass that around,
Certainly.
and
happy to.
eventually you'll get it. Thank you, truly.
No,
Yes,
happy to, more
I,
than happy.
I understand now that it's not so easy to chair. Let's move that through. Bob, you bring the longest overall experience and knowledge of Gloucester history to the group, lending a valuable perspective. You steadfastly organized our jumble of awards and citations at the last award ceremony. We very much appreciate your networking on our behalf and your role as our CPC representative. Thank you. Julie, we're so glad you're now officially a voting member. Given your extensive knowledge of Gloucester history and your position at the library, and we're really happy for you that the library is finally up and running. A lot of it due to your hard work, we know, in organization. So thank you. It's beautiful and so well laid out. If you haven't gone there yet or spent time there, it's just a wonderful room. The whole library is terrific.
Meetings about the library. It's terrific.
I visited.
Yeah.
I brought the grandchildren.
Oh, you got it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So, and really importantly, to have an experienced historic researcher on board is just vital for our group. For updating MACRIS, historic house plaques and other projects. And as I've said before to you, I wish I could clone you many times over. So thank you for all of your work. Tim, your ease at listening and speaking and picking up the phone is terrific. That's not something everybody's comfortable with. Your participation during meetings, I find very helpful and enlightening. Your opinions are well thought out. Your early work on demo delay, investigating our status as the certified local government, and of course, your note-taking and minutes creation, all very helpful. Thank you. Molly, your work experience, your scholarly approach, and your tech skills brings a new and refreshing viewpoint to the group and challenges us to maintain our historic accuracy. You jumped in since joining in January, signed on as secretary, and among other contributions, encourage us to update our organization by using Google Docs. You brought me kicking and dragging, creating Google Forms such as the new online house application, Google Survey to gather Preservation Award data, and a new online sign up along with Ralph's help for those interested in GHC. Thank you so much for all of your work. Maggie, we're thrilled to have you on board, given your business and preservation background. And
Thank you for the
thank you,
time.
Ralph.
We both signed it. Yes.
And you've already been an asset in the group by completing a small but very challenging project starting before you even joined us. We do need to vote on it, but it seems very likely with your experience and enthusiasm that you will replace Bob as our CPC liaison when his term is up in February. So thank you very, very much. Sue, your affiliation with the Archives Department is very valuable, and your willingness to step up for needed tasks, such as the ones that you handed me a whole file full, all done tonight. It helps to form the backbone of our organization, so we really appreciate everything you do. Thank you. And lastly, David and Ann, knowing that you are listening, whether you're here or not, and given all of your combined historic preservation experience adds a wonderful dimension to our meetings. So thank you. Thank you. Great team. And again, I want to commend everybody for nearly 100% attendance, almost at all the meetings. So that's a vital part of accomplishing our goals.
And I would like to thank Susan for stepping up to become our new chair.
Yes.
Yeah, that's-
Susan's been an absolute workhorse who takes on
Yes.
every
Yeah.
project,
Yes.
spearheading everything. More has gotten done in the last year than has gotten done in the first 3 years of my term here. And I think a lot of that comes down to the push and grit of Susan, and we're glad to have her at the helm.
Very kind, very kind.
You're here.
Could not do it alone, so we're a great group. Thank you. I can't see Molly.
Oh, I'm sorry. Molly?
You-
Or
Can I
Maggie?
just set
Maggie.
it on the floor?
Sure, I'll set it.
Yes, okay.
I feel we could,
I just didn't want anybody to start drinking.
we could finish that off.
Yeah, that's.
At least that's under the table now. We're not under the table.
Good point.
All right, so all that said, now we're going to start by reviewing our 3-year plan. This was a list of projects that Ralph and I put together over 2 years ago. and we haven't visited it in a long time, and some new members haven't even seen it. To create it, we reviewed many documents, reports, and activities of the commission over time and came up with the projects we felt most important to be addressed over the next 3-year period. This is our roadmap. The plan is divided into 3 categories: preservation, information management, and partnerships. And just so everybody has a guide, just take one and pass it on. Thanks. Anything noted in red is being pursued in 2025. And anything in gray are projects that are on the back burner or deferred. So, Ralph, would you just read through the list?
Sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, and I guess the point of just reading through is just to familiarize ourselves with the projects, not to discuss them.
Yes, thanks.
So the first one under preservation is something we're all familiar with, preservation awards and ceremonies. Ongoing project, clearly. Historic house plaque program, again, project, and I think we're all familiar with what that is. Demo delay, historic structure preservation ordinance, again, an ongoing project. It's been ongoing for many years, but that's beside. Preservation restrictions, again, an ongoing project. National Register Historic Places landmarks.
We haven't done a lot on that. We've
Yeah.
supported others in that.
Yeah,
Right.
We made attempts in the past, but they
Yeah.
supported, not at city council. And we're hoping that maybe we can revisit some of those.
yeah. But again, an ongoing project. Tercentenary, did I say that right? Tercentenary markers, history.
We'll vote on that tonight.
Yep, vote on that tonight. Deferred is the National Register Survey. Deferred is the 1979 Landmarks Architecture Book Update. Under Information Systems, we've got House Plaque Interactive Map, Macris Database, Gloucester Historical Commission website, maintenance and update, Gloucester Historical Commission Google Docs management, and deferred is Register of Historic Gloucester Houses. Under partnerships, GHC membership recruitment, community outreach, and that's it. Do you want me to read the completed ones?
That's
or-
it. So,
or
so
is
a
Tim
lot of
gonna-
projects.
Okay.
Yeah. And Tim, would you go through what we've achieved in the last 2 years?
So as I had said a minute ago, we've gotten an insane amount done, and looking at this list really reflects on how much we've really gotten done in 2 years. Starting in 2024, we inventoried house plaques that were distributed between 1987 and 2020 that hadn't been done, and the records that were around were pretty unorganized. We created a database, found a new vendor to create the signs. We created and reiterated and voted on a new application. And then we distributed 9 new plaques on the first year of reintroducing this since, what was the year last year they had done it? Do you remember? Prior to us reinstating this?
Oh,
Do you remember the last time we
of the 80 to 100 that had been distributed, initially, there were about 40 left. So we have about 55 plaques hanging in Gloucester right now.
Okay. What was the gap between when we stopped and when we just started with the new vendor? Do
I
you
would
remember?
say 4
I was
years.
gonna say there was,
More
only
than
when I
that.
started. Yeah, it's gotta be longer than that.
It was a single-handed
Yeah.
effort by Blue Fish.
Yeah.
And she did that on her
Yeah.
own, and really not under the Historical Commission, although she was at one time with the Historical
She
Commission.
was-
But she did this when she wasn't
Oh.
on the Historical
Yes.
Commission.
Either way, we got it up and running again, which is great. 2024, once again, we did our preservation awards, which hadn't been done in a few years, was related to COVID and a few other things. In the first year of reinstating it, we had 9 recipients in 5 different categories. In June of 2020, 24. The inventory of proof fishes CAM files, which was reviewing, organizing, documenting, and I think digitizing some of them as well.
Yeah.
Do we digitize some of them as well? Was that correct?
No,
No,
wish we
not yet.
did.
Yeah.
And Julie made a wonderful database of them, so we have a nice organized list
Yes.
of what's over there.
In July of 24, we restored the first tercentenary marker, which was the Champlain marker on Rocky Neck that was started by Susan. May of 2025, preservation awards. We had 12 recipients in 5 categories. May 2025, restoration of 3 more tercentenary markers, 2 at Stage Fort Park and 1 in Annisquam. July 2025, the comprehensive 10-year plan. We attended meetings, submitted information towards the demo delay and a few other things. And then in September of 25, the historic paper file management system, which was 3 bins indexed and given to the library historical center.
Well, almost.
Almost.
It was rainy that day, but they're on their way.
We also, you said, are now sharing documents with the archives department as well, right? That we hadn't done, like the plaque, didn't you say you shared your database with them?
We're doing a lot of sharing
Yeah.
together now.
So that's also something we can celebrate there.
Yes, and what's not here are the plaques that we distributed this year, which is another 5 or so, so.
Speaking of plaques, I saw another one today that doesn't have the historical commission on it,
Next
right
to your
next to my
house?
house. He just
I
put it back
know.
up.
I
Yeah,
took pictures of it.
I'm gonna talk to him.
I was gonna
I met
ask
him
you.
today.
Oh, good.
He came over, we were doing our work at my house and he came over, so I
Mhm.
met him today, so we should talk about that.
Okay,
No, that's not 90.
I also talked to him already.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, can I just ask a question for notes purposes? Sorry, I don't have a copy of what we're looking at, and that's okay. But
oh,
to give just like a sort of a summary of this, for our minute notes. So I just said, anyhow, the 3 categories, Susan, I know you said them at the beginning: preservation, history and information, or something. Sorry, would you mind just repeating those?
you know what? Don't worry about it. I'll fill them in. I had that email ready to send to you. I'm sorry, I didn't.
No. It's no problem at all. It's not a big deal at all. Great. I'll just put a little note. Susan will fill in details. No
Just
problem.
sent it
Thank you so
all.
much.
Oh, good.
So you have it.
Oh,
Oh,
perfect.
thank you. Thank you, Ralph.
Yeah, so in summary, we've accomplished a lot, but we still have a lot to do. We're making great progress because of this group. So
You're missing
starting
one
with,
completed project. On,
oh, Molly's hand is up.
okay.
Did you speak, Molly?
He's muted.
She's muted.
Sorry, I didn't lower it it was up from before.
Oh, okay.
Thank
All
you.
right,
Apologies.
Thanks.
Bro, what are you talking about?
Susan's massive reorganization of Google Docs. That's not on here. That was definitely something that was worth noting
Well,
as under completed projects, just as an FYI.
yes, okay.
That was a huge effort.
Right,
Definitely.
off of the old Google Docs drive into the new one, right?
Plus,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if we look at all of the projects that we have under preservation, I then separated them out again to those that we actively pursue, those that we just kind of react to because somebody has asked us for a letter or something like that, but we don't actively work on all the time. And those I called reactive. And then there's 2 that were deferred that we don't have the staff or the resources to pursue. So so that's the status of preservation. Information management, we have 5 projects, 4 are active, 1 is deferred. That might change tonight, and under partnerships, 2. So altogether, we're looking at 10 active projects. And tonight we'll go through each one of them. We'll vote on each. We'll identify staff who's working on it. While we're doing this, I'd like you to think about if there's any contributions you can add to these projects, a couple hours a month, a week, whatever, to really move these projects ahead.
We're gonna look at all 10.
I'm sorry,
Mention all 10.
we're gonna go through all 10.
Sorry, can I just ask a quick question before we start?
Yes.
When you say we're voting on them, is the idea that we're voting on the ones that we think are most important? Like, what exactly are we voting on?
We're looking at all of our active projects. And we're
Right.
just coming to an agreement that, yes, this is a project that the Historical Commission still wants to continue to vote on. To work
But
on.
does it mean that, like, because I have I mean, sorry, I'm not trying to be difficult, I just want to understand, like, because it seems like there's a triage element to this, like, if we all know that we're not gonna, that we have limited time to spend, are we sort of
No.
saying, like, these are ones that I think are worth our time, or they're worth someone else's time? Like, I'm not.
Right,
sure.
if there's any that you all think, oh, you know what, this is a waste of all of our time, let's
Okay,
put this on the back burner. I just want everybody to be in agreement with everything we're working on, and I want it in writing in case legal asks it from us.
So we're just trying to get a general scope of,
Consensus.
yeah.
It's consensus, and I'm just formalizing it by saying, let's vote.
Yeah, I think.
That's all.
I
So
think
we all
would
agree
do it.
on what we're doing this year.
That make sense?
Yes.
it does, I'm, I have a perpetual fear of promising more than I can deliver, and I, in
No,
terms
no,
of
it's
just
nothing
time and
like
stuff
that.
like that, so I just
No,
wanted to be sure that we're not saying like,
Not holding anybody to anything.
okay, that's great, sorry, didn't mean to make things difficult, I just want to make sure that
Um, All right, so for the individual projects that are active right now under preservation awards and ceremony, we're not going to discuss tonight in depth because Molly will give us a report on our field surveys next time, and we'll discuss this project in depth next time. I just think it's obvious, but do we all agree that this is a project, an annual project that we're proud of and we want to continue working on?
Yes.
Absolutely.
So that's an informal vote, but that's
I
all.
had a quick question about this. Molly, I didn't get any type of reciprocation in email when I finished the application a few weeks ago. Are we supposed to get anything in return to like know that, or is it just like save, submit for?
no, it just comes to me.
Okay,
You
all
don't,
right.
you don't get a confirmation. Can you just, I'm looking at the responses now. Will you just remind me, Tim, do you remember which,
I did Springfield.
you did Springfield? Great. It looks like, yeah, it looks like it's here. That's great. Sorry,
Okay.
that was confusing. But yeah, you just submitted it, and then as long as it went through,
Okay,
that's perfect. Thank you so much.
that's all I was checking.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, I
Thanks.
did like.
Do you have anything to add, Molly, for tonight?
No, just thanks for those who've done it. For those who haven't, if there's anything I can help with, do let me know. But yeah, no, I think I think it's moving along just fine, and I'll be happy once we have a few more responses to kind of just collate them together and offer a brief report based on our findings, and then we can kind of discuss from there.
Can I ask one question about the
Of course.
inventory of what other towns are doing? Did anybody actually talk to the?
Yeah,
no.
well, we talked to Salem.
Yeah,
Yes, right with it. but
so
I-
it was
I
everything
didn't
you
contact
used gleaned from the website, is that?
Yes,
how it
yeah.
worked?
For the most part, I would
Yeah.
like to reach out to Springfield because I had a few other questions.
Yeah.
We can talk more about this later, but yeah, I would like to, but
Yeah,
I
I
just,
think we-
everything I wrote in the survey was based off of what I found on their website.
Okay.
Yeah, me
All
too.
right.
I had
And their
the-
Facebook page, actually.
Yeah, I think I'm remembering, Ralph, that I think it was a meeting that you had to miss where we
Springfield is a nonprofit, third party, not city affiliated,
Okay.
historical. So they have a Facebook page.
I did reach out to Hingham and they haven't responded, but I obviously.
Yeah, that's great. And I just wanted to say, I think you were absent at the meeting. I think you had to miss it in the late summer when I introduced this. So that doesn't surprise me that you have that question. What we had said is like, no one should go to extreme measures. So if it was easy for you to pick up the phone, great. But basically it's sort of like do what you can from the website, from what, from Facebook pages, whatever kind of snooping you can do. But if they don't get back to you, just, and, being able to, and filling in like unavailable information, not able to find out, that option is available to you at all times. So please don't hesitate if that's just the path of least resistance. I tried to pick ones that had some online presence. Because I looked up a number of, just took out a map and was like, what's surrounding us, And these were the ones where I could at least find something. So,
Yep.
Any.
Right, and I stumbled across Worcester, and so I added Worcester. Because
That's
it was
wonderful,
on
yeah,
the-
that
there was a lot
there was
of-
no, I'd like to pretend that there was a great deal of rhyme or reason. It really was like what I could figure out online. I
Okay.
can't remember. Anyhow, that's great. If you stumbled on Worcester and did it, and the same goes for others if people find them. I mean, I don't think there's such thing as too much information here. So, anyhow.
Right, before we move away from this, I have what I call my magic wand. Like if we could just have, invent somebody to join our team for this particular project. I would love if we had an events planner to take care of all the minutia of the registration and promotion and all those kind of background things, but we don't, and that's okay. We have a good team and we always get it done, but if we are looking for new people and you run across people in your path, if you come across an events planner who is looking for something,
Excuse me.
send them our way.
Can't get Kathleen back here to join from Cam, the event planner of Cam and Cam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great.
She's great.
Moving on to the historic house program. We mentioned Molly's work creating a new online application, which will streamline the process. And the applicant also has to send us documentation and a photograph. Ralph created a wonderful landing page on the website for this new process. And once somebody applies, it shows right up in Google Docs and email. So is there any doubt that we want to continue this program? No. Okay,
No
are we
doubt.
all in agreement?
Yep.
Yes, wonderful. Again, if I could wave a magic wand, I would love more historic house researchers. The centenary markers are restored, but there was a side project of creating language to put the history in the context of the era. And Molly and Julie were working on that. The thought was to put a QR code on a little sign and post them to the post. Ralph and I had chatted at a meeting this month, and he mentioned that he thought it would be a good idea to put there's a historical marker database that should be DB, not BD. And it has dozens of bronze markers, all kinds of markers from every state in the Union. It has 40 from Gloucester. It includes our 4 to centenary markers. It gives exact map location information. It's just added information for anybody who wants to find it. And it's very reputable. And it was thought that we should add that to the website. And then it was also suggested that perhaps we forego the marker history project, but that's one of those projects that we need to think about again, vote on and see if you both still want to pursue it, how important it is, given your time and given the benefit.
Well, you guys speak first because you're doing the work. Oh my God.
I don't know how Molly feels, but I think it's definitely important to have more context to the markers.
Yeah.
And even if it's something simple, like these are resources about, you know, what was going on with the indigenous population at this time. You know, look here for more, like it could be something simple like that until maybe we have more time. I don't know how Molly feels about this again, but more time to kind of dig into the histories, but I still think it's important to create, to have, you know, some more context for those because they are.
Yeah, I totally agree, Julie. I think if memory serves, we got a little steam going in the middle of the summer, and then the library move happened, and so very understandably, you said let's take a little halt. So maybe now is the time that we like sort of pick it up a little bit. I feel like we got ourselves. I need to look back to be honest with you, but I feel like we got ourselves kind of organized. Like you take this one, I take that one. So
Yeah.
why don't we promise ourselves that we're gonna have a email and at least set up a Zoom or something, if not meet in person in the next couple weeks. Does that work? Are you settled enough now that like you could? Okay, cool. So we're back in action.
Yeah, I'm
All
good.
right.
Yeah.
We're blaming that hiatus on the library move.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. Everybody good with that? Yeah,
As long
okay.
as they want.
As long as we want to work on it, yeah,
Will
terrific.
we vote on whether we use like a QR code or something later on, I'm assuming, once they've decided, got the website at a place where we want to put a QR code to that location?
No, if we have to do that right
Yeah,
now.
that's what I say. We'll wait and do
We
that.
can
at
wait
the
and
time when
see
they're
what
done,
the information
Okay.
is, if it'll all work and fit and, yeah,
That makes
okay?
sense. Yep.
Is that okay?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think so. I think we want something, accurate and we're really proud of on the website, and then the next question will be how do we, get
How do we get it on?
from the sign that exists to that
Right,
additional information. So.
All right, terrific.
What, can I ask what's a QR code?
Is
A
that the-
QR code is something you scan with your, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
No, you're,
It's, you've seen those boxes with all the squares and the lines and the
Yeah.
squiggly things. That's a QR code, and what it essentially is a reference to a website.
Okay, to a website, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
demo delay,
That's what I was gonna
Keep
go
right
with.
there.
we've been working on for 2 years now. The current ordinance is based on 12 months and houses that were built 1899 or earlier, according to Macris, not according to the city, but according to Macris, and that's about 1,100 houses. I did an analysis of the last 9 years, and I looked at all the demolitions and what years they were demolished. And with this pool of houses, which are the oldest and the most vulnerable, only 1 to 2 houses a year might come up for review. So we thought this was a very doable number. We thought anything beyond that brings thousands more into the pool, and that's a surefire way to hit objections through City Hall and developers. So we kept the pool small, the oldest, the most vulnerable. We had a meeting, Ralph and I, with Alex Kogelman, our liaison, and the building commissioner, and it was very favorable. They looked at it very favorably. I emailed with Tony Gross later on the process of getting an ordinance submitted, which was suggested by Alex, and so we're all on the same page about that, but it's really up to Councilor Worthley, who's pursuing it for us through the government channels, city clerk, legal subcommittees, and city council. So
Wanted to say something here. I pretty support what you're doing here, to limit the number right now. The homes that were built in 1900.
yes, we'll talk about
A
that.
lot of
It's
those,
coming.
a lot of those.
It's coming, Bob.
were-
Yeah.
okay. A lot of those were built prior to
Yes,
1900.
yes,
And some of those, we would like to preserve those at some point. So that is concern for the future.
right, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Not ignoring them, but
Okay.
right now, just to get on the books, we wanted to make it all as doable as possible. So everybody's in favor of still pursuing this?
Just a quick question
Absolutely.
about this.
Yes,
Did I hear you say that the house has to be on Macris and have a date built of 1899 or earlier, or is it?
correct.
And,
Macros
Oh,
is-
it's the pool.
That's a lot, yeah.
No, not on, no. They were built in 1899 or earlier according to Macros,
Which means it would have to be on that.
not according to the town or according to Proof Fish or anything. Macros will be the source. So I did a search on Macros for all houses in Gloucester, and there were houses, not public buildings, things like that. That were built in 1899 and earlier.
Hmm.
And the number is about, there's another
Does
19.
Macris go off actual bill date or deed date?
Date of construction.
So if in our case, where most of the houses from before 1900 are deemed as 1900 on our deeds because of the fire, does
That's the
does
town
Macris,
records.
does Macris not do that?
We're gonna get to that.
Okay,
Right. No, they don't.
okay, good.
But that's why we didn't include 1900, because that starts to mess up
Yep.
the data. And this keeps it, earliest houses. We'll get into this a little more.
So
Do
the one
you,
that-
are you okay with
Yeah,
that?
yeah.
Okay,
We
it's
need to
not
fill out a
all
lot more
Macris
form
houses
Bs.
plus 18, it's,
No, I understand. I thought that would limit. Yeah, I know we're gonna talk about. I
okay,
understand.
So I
Okay.
understand. The way that's worded, it will protect homes that could have been considered 1900 according to the city, but according to Macros, they could be earlier. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Yes, earlier than 1900.
So something on Macros could have the correct year, which is prior to.
Yes.
1900.
Well, the city has 1900,
exactly.
so that'll cover our concern.
So we felt, looking at all the data,
That's fair.
that Macris was more correct for the earlier houses than the city.
Yeah.
Was Macros is more correct?
Now,
like there's-
okay, so I have a lot of slides on these analyses, but just to give you the bottom line, if we were to use the tax database for houses built 1899 and earlier, Gloucester says we have 614. If we use Macris, that increases the pool to 1100. So by using the Macris criteria, we've increased the pool by almost double.
Mm.
That's why we don't use the town. And the town has fully acknowledged to me that their data on old houses is notoriously wrong and incorrect. And that they used to drive around and look at houses and just mark them down old. It doesn't much matter to the town. They care about new builds because that's tax dollars. Old houses, it doesn't matter to them if it was 1799 or 1899, or if it was old. That's all they cared about. So the town is actually willing to change their data based on our recommendations. So again, this is why we need experienced historic researchers. We have a lot of work to do in this department. But moving on, everybody's good with demo delay,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely.
Okay, now Jeff's only in office until January, so he has approached us already. He is working on this now, but it's really all in his hands. Hopefully, there'll come a time when we can go to the hearings with city council. We might have slides to do or a letter to write or something, but right now, we just have to wait it out. Everybody good with that? Okay. The Macris inventory, again, it's very well known that the early documents in Macris are very incorrect. The state says it, planning reports say it, and we do have a lot of support to update historical information and make it correct in the new comprehensive plan. So lots of reasons to look at Macris and correct the early inventories and to add new submissions. And for the first time in many, many, many years, Julie wrote a new submission, and it's in there for 118 Washington Street, who was a Preservation Award winner. She also updated 21 Middle Street in a big way with Peter Stott. So progress is being made. I think this is a very important project to continue. Does anybody disagree? All good?
I have a question as a new person. So Macris has better information than we do in terms of the building or the years things were built.
Not necessarily,
But-
but for that time period, they have many more,
Okay,
and we're going to go with that they're more correct.
but on this stuff, they don't have, there's more that they don't have correct on other things. You're saying here, right?
Some of their descriptions of the homes are not quite accurate,
Okay.
yeah, of the history of the home. I think a lot of the dates are pulled from whoever submitted them, like a Julie or someone like that previously approved, who had submitted them and done some basic research to submit a Form B to Mass Historical Commission. So I think they're fairly accurate in terms of dates and things, but a lot of the times it has to do with the descriptions that seem to go off. So
So
that's
some
correct.
things, some of the details.
Yeah, I think, to me, it seemed like, and somebody would know, more, but they did a big push in the 70s and 80s
Yeah.
with like a huge preservation survey of homes, and all of that just got transferred right over to the to the Mass Historical Commission, and that became the basis of
Okay.
our data, but maybe that's not right, but
My house was pulled in that one.
Well, this is, so I have the draft, it's not published yet, but the draft of their 10-year or so plan. And, page 23. There were pushes in the 70s and 80s in many communities to document their historic resources, but since that time, many of these inventories have not been revisited or updated. These earlier generation inventory forms may be missing historic documentation that is now more readily available digitally, and there may be resources that were not surveyed because they were considered too recent. So even the state acknowledges that their state database needs work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, all in favor?
In favor,
All
yes.
right,
Do I make a motion on that?
whoops. Sure,
Okay, I'll make a motion to accept,
I'll second it.
all right, we continue with Macris.
Wait, I'm sorry. Note taker's question.
Yeah, that's an official vote, right? Yes?
Sorry, I had recorded that we were just doing unofficial votes here, but should I change?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we can keep it as unofficial,
yeah, I
like
think-
unanimous votes or.
Yeah, I think Molly's right. We have to keep it simple.
I
We all
I
agree.
think so too, except for demo delay.
Yeah.
Did we do a formal demo delay vote? We did not.
Mm.
Thank you. We need to do a formal demo delay vote.
For the,
I'll make a motion.
Bob makes a motion. Who seconds
I'll
it?
second.
David seconds it. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
So wait a minute, so I'm sorry, so demo delay and Marcus and Macris, sorry.
Macris,
We're
sure.
someday I'll pronounce it correctly. Those are the two that we're doing formal, but otherwise just informal, is that correct?
Until such time as yes.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. Thank you.
So again, Magic Wand is experienced researchers and historical architects. If you've run across any, tell them we need them. So here's a graph of the city tax records, our housing for the town. There's 11,757 housing units, and that includes separate apartments and condos. So there's probably around 10,000, maybe 11,000 actual buildings, houses, just my guess. Of those, about 13% are listed in Macris. Whoops, and to Bob's point, the 2 years that were arbitrarily assigned by the town are 1900 and 1920, and you can see how inflated they are.
Yeah.
Thousands of them. And what I heard was there was a fire. I'm not sure what the story is or why, but the tax assessor fully acknowledges this. But again, it doesn't impact taxes, so they don't care that their database is incorrect.
They're correcting the database? You're gonna correct the database?
Oh, well, we hope to correct it.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, yes. That's a lot of research.
Yes, exactly.
Moving on to the website. Ralph has been trained on Civic Plus and is terrific at changing and updating and learning when necessary and coordinating with Shelley in IT on how to make changes. We're really lucky because we're one of the only commissions that has this sidebar with all of our projects. Some of the other commissions don't. What's listed there is all the other boards and commissions. So this, we were just lucky to have this format. I've been through it. I go through it from time to time. I think the only weak link is the history stories. There's only one entry in there, and it's Poles Hill by Mary Ellen. It's very old. It needs updating.
So you click on these click on these and you get more.
Yeah, goes into the projects.
That's wonderful.
By the way, I have some history stories that I can add. I've got them on the Lanesville site,
Wonderful.
so
Okay.
not that we need to talk about it here, but. I'm sure we can
Okay.
talk.
I have a little bit of a reservation here that I think that we are wonderful as a sort of index of history resources. I'm a little less enthused about us actually being a source of information in the way that the library, say, is. And so, because it makes me very nervous for us to be putting stuff up that we're not really carefully editing and vetting. And I'm not sure that that's the best use of our time, given that there are a number of professional historians, including one in our midst, Julie, who, does this work for the library. And so I'm just I just have a little bit of some reservation that I thought maybe we could talk about, like, is making our website a place to go, like that you would cite the Gloucester Historical Commission as an authority on something. I'm just not sure. I don't know
agree.
what people have thought about
In
it.
this category, I totally agree. I'm for eliminating this category because I think anything that's on it should be vetted and should have primary sources, should be very well written. And that's really not what we're all about.
Right.
So
We-
we talk about the category of historic.
I'm just talking about that.
Yeah, okay.
So,
Yeah,
so
that's pretty much all I'm talking about too. I don't think there's any other place where this is an issue unless I'm being naive, but.
The other categories are really domain and they make sense.
Well, we can read through them and make sure
Sure.
that they do, but I think that they do. But this one was sort of a sore
Yeah.
thumb for me and
Yeah.
it hit Molly as well.
Okay,
yeah, so
Yeah.
Molly, I don't know if it was previous to you joining the commission, but we had a similar concern about us not having either submissions or time to vet submissions for historical stories. And Julie had come up with a great idea of linking directly the historic stories section of the Story Free Libraries in that section on our website. So just clicking on historic stories and then having a hyperlink there back to Story Free Library. So we had
I love
discussed this
that.
previously. So yeah, it's you were
Yeah.
definitely in the right thought there.
Okay, cool. Cool, yeah.
Yeah, that sounds
I
right.
thought it was, we were going to compile links
Links,
out
yeah.
to the
Yeah,
Cape Ann
links.
Museum, any like archival repositories where
Where-
people could find more information.
Exactly. Yeah, I love that.
Stories that have already been done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna be supplying the
And
stories.
that's in addition to helpful links, so.
Because we already have that in
Where's
helpful
helpful
links.
links?
Oh, yeah, above. I think I guess you could eliminate that and just put helpful links up above, and then within helpful links, put
Yeah,
historic.
let's do that.
Yeah.
Do a hyperlink within there,
Exactly.
so you could do a subfolder underneath helpful links and just get rid of that historic stories folder on the top level.
When I first saw that, I thought that was press about the Gloucester Historical Commission.
Oh,
Other thing,
Yeah.
linked to articles that have written in the Gloucester Daily Times about the, if this.
About that.
Like media coverage kind of thing.
Media coverage, exactly.
Right, 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 which I think we could consider having, but that's not what this is.
So the point of the discussion is whether we continue this as a project or not, correct?
Correct. Thank you, Ralph.
And those items we could bring up in the context of
Yes.
the project.
Yeah, I think we should
Yes.
continue.
So let's revisit this at another meeting. Let's just vote right now. Anne has a comment?
Yeah, I was so struck by what I heard from your last meeting about the interest in outreach and integration. I just thought, oh my God. And for some time, I've had a picture of Cape Ann as a microcosm of geological history, prehistoric history. Just when we were in Andover, Connecticut, we looked at preservation-based economic development. And I just keep seeing everything in a grid, geological, European, pre-European, and houses and buildings. But we have such a magnitude of human history in this little crystallized place. And I wondered if that would be of any interest. And it would include things like, I listened to Mary Ellen's presentations and they were absolutely breathtaking.
I think that what we're saying, Anne,
Yeah.
and that's a very good point, that we are not the stewards of that information,
No,
that that's the library
Or other.
or other, not us. We are about our projects. We are not the big umbrella to gather all, we don't have the resources. We just don't have the time. It's beautiful. I love that. I actually own the URL called historicgloucester.com. That is my big dream, but I need a few more lifetimes to get that done. So thank you for your comment.
thank you.
We will revisit the website and we certainly, I don't think we even have to vote on a website because we're given one and we just have to tweak it some and we'll
Yeah.
talk at this another meeting, right? Okay,
Maybe you could add it to an agenda and I'll make some suggestions.
excellent.
Yeah,
Thank
so
you very much.
If you want to add it to an agenda coming up. feel
Okay.
free.
The interactive house map I created and I manage and it's,
Sorry, notes, question. So I'm just gonna say we informally agreed to continue this work because we are gonna continue to talk about the website, but then I'm also saying that we agreed or we're gonna talk more about the history stories part. I'm just a little unclear about where
Yes.
we're at with that. Okay,
Yes.
is that right? Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
so I created this map and now it's easy to update every time that we approve a plaque. So I do it, I don't know how much it's actually used or whatever. Other towns have it. I think it's nice that we have it. If anybody doesn't object, do we all vote to keep it?
Susan, is it trackable to know how many people are looking at that?
No,
That'd be fun.
no. Google Maps is not that sophisticated. At least that's my experience. Molly,
It'd be fun to
would you know?
That would be my best guess without a pretty sophisticated, like you'd have to have some kind of analytics plugin, I think,
Yep.
to track
Exactly.
it, which is, yeah, so I think we could say it's probably doable, but it's way above our pay grade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. So do we all agree to keep it? Vote, I vote yes.
I vote yes.
My only
Okay,
comment
Yeah.
is it a project or is it ongoing maintenance? Maybe that's the same website too. It doesn't, and I don't know if it really matters. Do we make a distinction between projects versus ongoing maintenance?
it's
It's a great question.
it's like the website.
Yeah.
It's there, but you just update it.
Right.
So it's an active
It's actually,
project.
yeah. It gets refined as time goes on. It'll always be
Like
refined.
I'll
Yeah,
add, you know,
this
once
time
this
goes
one
out.
goes
I
through.
think it's an important distinction to make it a project just so that we actually have people allocated to those tasking. That makes sense? Like you have your name up there as Susan, as the person who oversees this project.
Mhm.
I think it's important just to state them as projects, just so that we actually have a person
Oh, I see
allocated
what
to
you're
each
saying.
of these things,
Mhm.
rather than just saying it's something that is maintained yearly, but then you're not saying who's maintaining them yearly.
Yeah, and that holds us accountable, that
Yeah.
makes us revisit it, it keeps it on the radar.
That's
If
how,
we call
I
it a
agree with you.
project, is that okay?
It's fine with me. I just,
Okay.
it's my IT training
Yep,
coming,
yep, sure.
sneaking
Um,
back into my
So
head.
we're all in favor of?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah,
Question, why are some of the plaques in green? On the map, what does that mean?
what's that?
Those are not
Oh,
plans.
those are things.
See, on the map
There
there,
it is.
some of them are in
The
green.
map blows up and you click each house. You click that little icon, the blue house.
Right,
And when you click it, you get a pop-up window and you get a picture of the house. You get a description of the house and you get a picture of the house plaque.
so all of the blue ones are houses and the green ones.
Correct.
The green
That
ones
have
are
the house
part of the
plaque.
map. The
Just
green
places.
ones come from Google as part of it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a Google map.
Yeah.
All right, okay, okay. All
Can't
right,
get rid of it.
all right,
And
okay.
points of interest.
Yeah, right.
Moving on in information management, Google Docs management, as I said. Molly, you brought us into the 21st century. Mary Ellen actually put all
Sorry.
the files up, but we never used it or looked at it or anything.
Right.
And so I moved them into a more centralized Google account that we all have access to. And Molly has been encouraging us to put all of our work there and so that we can work together on that. Anybody is welcome to reorganize it. This is how I thought about organizing it. Molly and Julie, you're the librarians.
I think it's great. It's super functional. I mean, I think we should say, I think this is a great moment for you to be a little dictatorial, Susan, because it's like you do sort of want a czar for this kind of organization. And so I think we should just say leave it as is. You know, people can add to the folders as they exist, but if people want to change any organization, they should let you know.
Oh, definitely.
Agreed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. Yes, yes.
Cool.
And the other thing we have to watch, and what I do monitor, is running out of room. We get 15% free and we are nudging up to that. I think we're around 11% now. I do believe that thumb drive that Bob had that's downloaded there. And I do believe that is a duplicate of everything else that's in all those other files. So I think we can just get rid of that and have half of our space retrieved again. But that's something to look forward to when we really nudge up to using all the space. But
Didn't we talk about having a thumb drive in archives for a hard copy in case something happened with the digital assets?
We have talked about that. That's a good idea.
would you put that in the notes, please?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay, so we vote to just keep Google Docs as is and use it as is. All right.
Yep.
Who makes a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Who seconds?
Second.
Maggie seconds. Everybody in favor?
Aye.
Okay, and nobody touches the organization without
Telling you.
telling, please, thank you. All right, information management. Now, there's one more and it's deferred. And this is the project that I want to talk about once we finish all of these, and we're almost done. So we'll talk about this one at the end and we'll vote on whether to take it out of deferment and put it in active. When we get to partnerships, we have two projects. One is community outreach and the other one is recruitment. Community outreach, we all work on. I think, you know, again, a magic wand, if we had a marketing expert to help us, you know, with graphics and getting our name out there and having a Facebook page and all of that, that would be wonderful. But among us all, I think we're all doing our part in building rapport, our email contacts now. We have a nice sign up on the landing page, thanks to Molly and Ralph. We'll create a rack card this winter for the visitor center and other locations. The city newsletter is now out and Pam is very receptive to our putting any events or announcements in there. I don't know. Informal vote,
We don't have a
community-
rack card now?
I'm sorry?
You do not have a rack card now?
No. No, we do not.
Okay.
Informal vote, we just
Sure.
community
Yep.
outreach.
Yep.
Yes,
Yep.
important, right? And then also for recruitment, community vote, we need always to be thinking about talent that, you know, can work on our projects. And my way of thinking is it's very nice if you're passionate about history, but that's really not who we actually need. We need people who are computer savvy, who have planning and organizing skills, attention to detail, analytical. They're good at public speaking, community engagement. And I see us as needing marketing experts, graphic design, grant writers, events planners, researchers, and architectural historians. So that's my take on who we need based on the projects we just discussed. Any comments? Okay,
I think
so
we need to continue, keep our eyes open.
yes, because we have many alternate positions that we could fill. Now, I ran into someone who will be moving here next spring and is an architectural historian and is interested in joining, but we'll see. Spring is a ways away, but there's just, you know, a little glimmering hope in my mind about having her come on board. So we'll see about
There's
that.
a potential glimmering hope that one of our previous members may be coming back as well. I
Yes.
had,
I-
I met with him this week
Oh, good.
and was trying to convince him, so.
Okay.
Jude.
Mhm.
Jude?
That would be Barry.
So I don't know if any of you have seen the comprehensive plan, the 2025, 2035. They didn't print copies. It's online. It's this beautiful color of 80-page report. It
Wow.
tells all about, you know, the years of the process of this. Ralph and I went to some meetings. We contributed what we thought was important for history. I submitted 2 reports, one on archives, one on boards and commissions, and lo and behold, a lot of preservation support went into the plan. In several of the goals, this is one goal, 3A.
Oh.
So this is a top priority goal. It's on page 52. They encourage adaptive reuse of historic buildings and to increase the awareness of historic rehab tax credits. They think it's important to strengthen historic recognition. There's support on adaptive reuse and rehab of historic buildings, period, the end. There's also the words demolition delay ordinance in this plan, which is just thrilling. And then there is also encouragement to protect historic built environment from inappropriate alteration and demolition. And this is only goal 3A. There are 2 other goals in which preservation support is listed in. So this plan is very, very favorable to us. I think it could help a little bit when it comes to being in front of the city council to remind them that it's a goal in this report.
We go through this, yeah.
And the very exciting thing about this is Mayor Verga is in the middle of creating an implementation committee. Now, every 10 years, one of these plans is put out and it's shelved. But he is going so far as to forming a committee from all different boards and commissions. And the committee will meet bi-monthly. They will come up with annual reports, analyses, accountability to make sure that all the goals within the plan are being carried out. So it seems like a positive thing for us, and I just wanted everybody to know that.
Has there been any talk in the debates on whether the other candidates would carry out the same thing if Berger does not get reelected?
No,
It should be brought up in any.
well, there's
debate,
only
yeah.
one other
I
candidate
know.
now, so if you go to a debate, that's a wonderful
ask,
question to ask.
I think
Right.
there's one on Tuesday.
There
Or not,
is.
yeah.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Oh, really?
Tomorrow night at
But
the,
they call it I don't call it debate, they
No,
call it
it's-
something else,
I forget.
more calm.
Oh, is that the interview? No,
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 it's
there's
like a-
interviews.
I think I just took a photo of the invite for it, so I wouldn't forget about it.
Yeah.
Where did I put that?
Anybody want one of these?
I thought I did, but, I thought it's at, is that what it was? Anybody else?
I know it was on, I know that it was 1620 is doing it.
Yes.
I don't remember where.
I'll look it up real quick,
Physically,
but it is tomorrow night.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's a great question to ask.
I
I understand that,
Forum, but only two people.
well, we won't talk politics.
Not when we were being recorded anyway.
Good point, Ralph.
In goal 3A, and I need Tim's attention for this.
Yes.
Can we get copies of this? Is this up online somewhere?
I just,
Oh, here.
yeah,
No, but not,
yeah.
no, I mean, I just like to.
No, the
Not
plan,
the whole
the plan is online. They they didn't produce the plans.
But this is,
That's one page of it.
oh, because I'd like to.
But you might email that to all of us also at some point. So maybe. Mail it.
Yes,
maybe you can send this
Maggie,
out to
would you
everybody.
put that in the notes to in the minutes? Let's give everybody the plan URL.
And is this just called the city plan for 2026? I feel like I missed the formal title.
No, it's
10-year.
really long.
Oh, okay.
You can just call it the 10-year plan
Sure.
and
Got it.
that'd be fine for us.
Thank you.
So on that goal, the first 3A1, they talk about increased public awareness of historic rehab tax credits. I don't exactly know what that is. I've downloaded something on it, but it's not like clear and it doesn't come up for me. So I was wondering, and I'm going to put you on the spot, Tim, if you would investigate that and come back and let us know
Yes.
what that is, because we need to be well versed in that. And
I would love to be the person to take that on.
I
know
thought
we
you
do,
would. I actually
I
did think
could
you would.
personally benefit
Could use
from
it.
that.
Finance.
Thank you. All right. So that's all of our active projects. We have two that are deferred, National Register surveys and the 1979 Landmarks Architecture book. We need resources that we don't have for those projects. Those are huge projects. They need funding, grant writing, architectural historian. And the last two national surveys that were done under Mary Ellen's leadership were very contentious and they were turned down. Those are huge projects. And I'm not thinking that we have the resources to attempt national surveys right now, but it's not anything that I'm willing to eliminate. And the same with the Landmarks Architecture book. We really could update that and have that as a resource, even for the library, make it a joint collaboration with the museum, the library. I don't know, but the town doesn't have an updated, and I don't think we can take that on right now. Does everybody agree with me that they should remain as deferred? That means not eliminated, but on the back burner.
Yeah.
Right? I would like to vote on that, just so that's, want to make a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that number 8 and number 9, the preservation are deferred and not eliminated.
I second that.
All right, and Maggie seconds. Everybody in favor? Okay,
We vote to push that it's done soon.
Well,
so then, there's one more deferred project, and that's what I'd like to talk about now. I just want to also mention, I think our top priorities are demo delay between right now and next January.
Absolutely.
To stay on top of Jeff, to do whatever we can, to continue doing our other projects and our updates. But this is a big opportunity for us. And if this doesn't go through, we can't reapply for another 2 years. So we really have to keep this fresh in our minds, and I think this is a top priority. And then from January to May,
Right.
it becomes the preservation awards.
Yep.
Okay?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So moving on to what I would like to move from deferred to active is what I call a register of historic homes. This has been on our list actually for several years. And we've actually been working toward it already without even knowing it or calling it a register. Julie's research, the plaque research. So this would just organize it and title it in a organized way.
So,
I initiated it in the summer. I wanted to do some groundwork on it before I presented it to you all. So we had some substance and we understood what the project would be. So I analyzed Gloucester's housing supply. I approached contributors to see their willingness to collaborate on it with us. I organized a method to begin collecting data. And all of that said, this needs a subcommittee. And so anything that I've done or that I used as a prototype is all subject to the subcommittee's decisions. I think we need people who are computer savvy, who have database experience, who are experienced house researchers, and have grant writing, because we will need to hire researchers for this. This is a massive project. It'll take many, many years to accomplish.
Susan, we talked about this already, but it just struck me, what's the difference between this and building out Macris food?
This is Gloucester's housing supply, historically speaking.
Yeah. But is it gonna be redundant to Macris?
No. Because Macris inventory sheets provide architectural narrative, there will be similarities, but I see it as being different. I see this as being not as in-depth as Macris, and maybe we can feed this information into Macris submissions, but I see this more as starting out with correcting the year of construction for Gloucester housing, first and foremost, for the tax base, for Macris submissions that are there already, and for demo delay, to move those houses from 1900, hopefully earlier. So that's the thrust of this, then when we build out each house with description and architectural narrative and photograph and all of that other, that's what goes into the database. So
Supporting your concept. I think Macros would be considered one source of information. Then we are working independently, gathering information as well.
yeah, and yes, but we can't depend on Macros because it's not correct. So we really are taking our housing supply
We'll be vetting it a little bit.
and vetting it and creating it. Because Macros only has 1,600
hour.
listings and we have, hold on, we have 6,000, hold that thought. So the definition of this register is a definitive and accurate being as accurate as research can be, inventory of historic houses with a reliable date of housing construction. The eventual format would be an online searchable database like they have in Ipswich and Salem with photographs, links, histories. That is more like a Macros.
That would be
But
fun.
this would be much bigger than Macros. Or maybe they just all get converted to Macros submission.
This is almost like a
So this is what
project that'll feed.
the subcommittee.
I feel like anything
needs
that's
to
put in here, we
narrate.
immediately
You won't
create a
be
Form B
limited
for
at
and submit to
where
Macros,
Macros
and
tends
then
to
that
be
would
limited.
work
Yes.
towards our demo to
This
like.
will take the limit off
requirements,
This is
to some
right.
extent.
This
So
is
you can
bigger.
Goal is
put
to
more
increase the
information
number
in.
of Form Bs,
Right.
to increase the
Yeah,
number
I-
of houses on
I understand
Macros,
that,
if
yeah.
that's what
You're on the
the
right track.
ordinance uses as a
It's a
reference,
great
right?
concept.
Yeah.
Do we have a longevity plan for this? I mean, the advantage to something like Macros is it's institutionalized, right? So it's imperfect, it's got all these problems, it's insufficient, but it's going to be around for a long time. And that's my big hesitation here is that you don't start a project like this without knowing that there's an institution that owns it. And I'm not sure that we as a commission are enough of an institution to say that we can commit in a way that it has a kind of longevity to it.
I agree, Molly, and also would love, I mean, we'd have to talk about what it looks like and what the library would be responsible for, but if I do help in all this work, would love for the library to be the recipient, if possible, of this information.
Absolutely. Or maybe
as the
even
institution.
own it. I don't know.
Yeah.
And this is what this subcommittee needs to discuss and think and marinate and,
This is almost like putting out a publication, which is okay, because sometimes a publication is just for a period of time.
No, but it's not like a publication because it would
It's not,
constantly need to,
no.
need
That's
to
a
be
research.
updated. It's not like it's
It's
printed and then it's done. Like it's constantly, and
This
that's
could be ongoing. This could be ongoing in terms of
exactly, Bob, and
information could
that's
be adding to it and building it.
right. And that's why I think it needs an institutional home that's much, that has resources that we just don't have.
I think it's,
well, Macros doesn't have resources. We are Macros's resources.
correct.
I mean,
But who
it can.
promises to keep Macros going? Isn't it the state?
Not necessarily if the state goes belly up or there's no funds or.
Okay,
Macros is in tough shape right
We're not
now.
looking
I'm,
to-
I'm more willing to put my money with the state than I am with a completely volunteer commission. I mean,
Well, it can live on it can change our tax. It can live in our archives, it can live in our library.
You
And
think our
it's not to
taxes
replace
would-
Macros. This is just another resource.
Right, so
Yeah.
let me go through it a little bit more, and then I think that whoever is interested, and if we vote to pursue this, then we form a subcommittee and we flesh it all out. And that subcommittee can figure out whether it's actually doable
And can I
or it
say,
isn't.
can I say in support of this, that They're doing this in Ipswich and they're in Salem, a similar type thing.
Yeah,
And so it's
and
seems to
it
be
lives
okay.
on historic Ipswich and it lives on historic Salem. So,
And is this initiated by the historical commissions?
those are both nonprofits.
It's nonprofits,
Both of those are nonprofits.
nonprofits. Are they have their, but they do have a city in a town historical commission.
They do, but it's not about this. So let's go on a little bit more.
Okay.
I think I'm in favor of doing something like this for our own local records or historic Gloucester site. But I think that I agree with Molly that they need to be backed up on another source. So I think the answer to that is as we're doing this inventory and building our own website, we're also creating Form Bs at the exact same time and submitting them to Macris in parallel. And that way it's in both places. And then that would give us the benefit of the demo delay if the demo delay actually is the reference to Macris, because that is the actual reference for what they have to use as a database for knowing if it's protected or not. So I think just in the interest of the demo delay, you would want to immediately put them all on Macris anyways. So
Well, you say that's a huge task.
yeah, submitting
Huge.
Form Bs.
Massive.
Yeah.
Massive.
Yeah.
I mean,
I haven't done one yet,
Julie has gotten one done in the last 5 years, two.
I just,
You just finished the other?
finished the one for the mayor's house, yeah.
Very
But
nice.
I would, you know.
I'm
go
voting
back-
against this.
So let's just go on.
What did she say?
So the rationale to create one at all is that we don't have a trusted central inventory of the data construction or a database, period, of historic building. We just don't even have a list.
We don't have one.
Um, Mayor Berger identified this as a need 2 years ago in a meeting with us. The tax assessor is aware that their information is quite in deficit, and many arbitrary dates have been assigned, and they are willing to change their database based on our recommendations. So our recommendations have to be, fully vetted and as absolutely accurate as possible, because the whole bottom line is to correct incorrect dates. So if we can't do that with surety, then we don't do that house. Also, demo delay, what we said, we need houses that are accurately constructed 1899 or earlier, and we actually don't know what that pool is. And then we could also be correcting the Macris inventory. And we know that those are incorrect. So the way I saw it is just to start, we create a central database with just the addresses and an accurate date of construction. And there are a lot of sources of this information, and none of us collaborate. There's the Annisquam, Lanesville, and Magnolia Historical Commissions that do their own research. There is Profish research. There's the Babson book that has dates of build in the back of it. There's at least a dozen. And if anybody wants to find out, there's the museum, there's archives, there's the library. If anybody wants to find out the research on a house, they have to go to it's like a needle in a haystack. And I think as a historical commission, it's not unreasonable to think of us having a list of historic houses with the most accurate date of build that we know, and here's the documentation that backs it up, because Gloucester doesn't have one. And we have thousands of historic homes.
And as we determine a house meets the criteria that we have accurate information on, we add it.
That's it. And if
Yeah.
we're not sure, it
100%.
doesn't go in. And if
built it.
after a year or two, this list is not progressing if we don't have the resources, if it's just not doing what it's supposed to do, we can vote to abandon it. That's fine.
Give it a try.
That's just the first phase, the way I see it. The second phase would be to make an online searchable, public database like Ipswich and Salem does. Now, just to, and
I just wonder where Wendy Frontiero's work fits in with this. She had done comprehensive.
oh yeah, we have, when we have all the surveys, we have so many sources of this information that's just all over the place. And my idea for this register is to bring it all together,
Make it accessible.
assess it, and then to do if everybody agrees that, 2 Main Street was built in 1870, then great. That goes in the database. Here's the deed, we're done. But if Magnolia researchers say this, and then Wendy says that, and then the town says this, and there's this great discrepancy, then that's another level of work. And do we have the people to do that, and so forth? So I just wanted,
But this is also
Just-
good, for just our information to build this, so that we have a resource. to build.
I think that's how I saw it
Is this
So-
gonna
And we can share that with the public.
eventually.
Yeah.
Is this gonna
So
cost money to do all of this?
it would be nice to get funding to hire researchers.
Yeah, but would the city is the city?
No, the city won't help, and
Well, that's
CPC
right.
won't help with
Yeah,
this.
that's for the grant writer.
I
Where,
already approached,
where will we get the money?
where
Grants.
we are the money. It's our
Is
work.
this commission, so?
If we can do it. If we can do it. If we don't have enough people to do it, then
Yeah.
we forego it.
Yeah.
So here's what
We're doing it
we
anyway.
can make any criteria we want, but I just chose 1949 and earlier because that's what our building commissioner said. That's when building permits were put out in 1950, 1960. That's when we had a building department, we had a formalized building permit process, and they have records. So anything before that, I'm just guessing, and again, the subcommittee needs to determine, but this is what I figured out,
What was the date of that?
and that's
What was the date of when they started that, those departments?
the 50s or 60s. They started a building department.
Wow, wow.
I'm saying it's up on the screen there. You have that on the screen, the years.
Yes,
Trying to tell Bob if
Okay.
you can see it.
houses built 49 or earlier, they're 6,100. So if you look at that data from 1600 to 49, 614 are from the earliest 3 centuries based on the city's records. And if you look at the first half of the 20th century, it's almost 55. So that's where the 61 comes from.
Right.
That's a lot for us to approach. I get it. But I just wanted to see where the data fell. So, and then we have this problem of 1900 and 1920.
Mhm.
And maybe all we do is sort of put the register on the side and just see how many houses in 1900 we can focus on. And that will help us a lot between demo delay, the tax assessor, and correcting MACRIS. Maybe that's all we do. So these were all the sources that I thought that we could get information from. There's MACRIS, Magnolia Lanesville, Annisquam Archives, the museum, the library, Prooffish, the plaques, the Babson books, and there's, there's others we can put our head together. It's mind-blowing.
Yeah, wow.
So if we created a database with all those sources, and let's say we take 6 Andrews Street, Or let's go down to 7 Angle Street. You see that the city says it was built in 1900, but Macris says it's 1790. So there's
a big difference.
a big discrepancy right there. There are so many discrepancies. We could start almost anywhere. We could determine 1 year. There's a lot of approaches to
I
this.
already see one I already see an error in that list.
Did you get that initial list from Tim on from the assessors to start the database and then from there filling in the new columns? Yeah, good idea.
32
And-
Andrew Street is gone.
Yeah, and so some of these are demolished.
Yeah.
And sometimes, so Rich put this together, and what he also did is this is the GIS link to the city field card for each house. And this is the Macris link. And right here is 3 that the city says were 1900, and Macris says is 1880, 1860. So discrepancies all over the place. So the register in my mind was just like, oh my gosh, we need an accurate list of historic houses in this historic town. And so I just came up with this big plan, and it's very big, and I know that, and not doable with the resources we have. But it was a way to get it started, to explain to you what I see as a need that we should be doing. And after that, we assess the data going across all these, should be filled in if they are in those resources. Then the committee looks, we assess the data, we figure out, and then we do research. And this is where we need, funding.
Yeah.
We make corrections, and then big pie in the sky, we do the same searchable online database as Salem and Ipswich.
Another thought that I have is, all the properties that were not demolished through the years, either by a fire or by intentional demolishing.
Right, so
that's
then you
good.
list that address and you say demolish.
Yep.
Or a lot of them are demolished and
And-
now they're built over.
Great to find
So-
old historic photos of these properties.
I mean,
And what's good about it is that people will know what we lost
Yeah.
when they see it.
that's right. But huge task, we need a team of 20 or 50.
Yeah. Well, you know,
But if we were to
we don't
form
need
a
to do it, we don't need to
subcommittee
do it 1 year, 2 years, or 5 years. This is something that can be done.
that is
over time.
ongoing,
Ongoing.
and if we get it started, and if we have a doable approach, perhaps this is something that will live with the commission as it moves forward when the younger people take it over. Because I'll be here with my drool cloth. So I thought that our most tech savvy people are Julie, Molly, Ralph, and myself. And I don't know if people have the time or the inclination or even want to discuss this any further. But this is who I thought might get together and hash this out some more. Comments? So,
I think the demolition part of it should be photographs of the house before it gets demoed or while it's in process. Can you get entry to the house and get a catalog of befores and afters or not? As
part of
it?
why, part of our demolition delay proposal is to allow us to go in, even if we can't stop the demolition, it gives us time, and it's in the verbiage of the ordinance, gives us time to go in and photograph it and document it visually, so that going forward, we will have of photographic documentation of what we've
What's
lost.
going?
So back to this, is anybody interested in supporting it, deferring it? Do we eliminate it right now, or do we form a subcommittee and hash it out some more and see if any parts of it are doable?
I'm in support of it. And the subcommittee should be limited to 3, so you don't have a quorum.
Well, we need to have people to agree to the
But-
subcommittee.
But then there could be people who could work on it that aren't part of the subcommittee. In other words, it's everyone's effort.
I think that this is such a tech. I think it's, well, we'll see. We'll see. First, we have to discuss it.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly think it'd be worthwhile to form the subcommittee. And then, as you said, hash it out. Beat on the bones and let's see what we can, like you said, what we can and can't do, how we're gonna use the tool. How it relates to other databases out there. I think, bottom line is, I think it's worth forming the subcommittee going through it in more depth. Or getting into it in more depth for the kind of the definition of.
Okay,
I would just say, I would sign in on this. Something that sounds interesting to me, but I am not techie at all, as you know. So it's sort of like me would be to the library, going through books or other research
yeah, okay.
materials, doing collection work.
All right, so help with the project, but not on the subcommittee. Right.
Exactly. Yep.
Julie, are you willing to be on the subcommittee? What's your feelings about it?
Yeah, yeah, happy to explore a little bit more about what it actually looks like in practice. And also even if it's something that we start going forward now, because I'm just looking around at the Salem database, and they have 819 houses in there, which I assume is not the entirety of their.
Those are just plaques.
Yeah, so
Right.
maybe if it's something where we start and move forward in this way, where we think it's already been verified instead of trying to verify however many hundreds of houses in
Sure.
the future, but
Sure.
yeah.
And we could start with our plaque database because we know
Exactly.
that
That's just what I thought.
that is verified and some of your newer work.
And couldn't we, this would be added in work, but it just came to my mind, I had trouble doing the deeds and all that stuff, so when you've got a house and you're doing all this background work on the house, should it come with all the deeds attached, so if someone else wants to look at that property further down the road,
Yes,
they get the connection right away with the
Yes.
deeds,
yes.
so it'd be attached to that.
All the
file.
documentation would be very important, would be critical.
I as somebody who has experienced so many people coming in, very interested in the history of their house, just to have this as a place to direct people to, would be really helpful. I think it's definitely of interest in the community from what I've seen just in the last couple of weeks that the library's been open. And that's like probably every other question I get is somebody wanting to research the history of their house. So people are interested, well, for their centralized place. Projects, I'm not sure, what that looks like in practice, but appreciated by the community.
Okay. And Sue, you voiced you were willing to help in the background, so that's terrific. Maggie, what are your thoughts?
I don't know, to be honest. I think it's important to do it. I think it's nice to have it. It'll be a great asset. I have no problem with it going forward. I don't see any role for me, but I think it's a good thing to do.
Well, I think you're gonna have a lot to do come February. You're gonna have a lot of meetings. And, yeah. So if you just help on the periphery, then we need peripheral people too. And what are your thoughts?
I think it's a very big task. I think it's a great opportunity to get something started to see what the scope of it is and what the realistic scope of that could be in terms of like bringing it back maybe to what we can do internally with the hope that if we can maybe get grant funding to expand it in the future. I think the subcommittee is a good first step there.
Bob, you're in agreement?
Yes.
Okay. Molly, our historian and librarian and
Yeah, I
scholar.
mean, as a person who does this, manages this kind of work, has for many years, I just think it's a way bigger task. And it's certainly, I certainly don't have the bandwidth to serve on the subcommittee now. So, I'm not going to stand in the way of it. I'm happy to vote for other people working on it. Though I have tons of reservations, about it, but I don't, I don't need to, I mean, there's no question that it's something that's needed, whether the historical commission being the place that takes it on is what I question. But if others, I mean, if you all want to explore it, great.
Okay,
I think it's gonna be
so,
a great benefit to us, and it would make us more aware of properties
right,
and that could
Right.
filter to the public too. So even if it doesn't come as complete and wonderful as we'd like it to be, it still could be an important thing as we go, as we build.
and
I love integrating data from different sources. And I have had some clinical and historic grantsmanship and funding and projects. I would be very happy to informally participate. For
Okay.
some energy.
keep that in mind. Thank you. All right, so do we vote to move this from a deferred to an active? I'm not sure that's appropriate. I think we still need to
Well, it can be active, but
discuss it.
we
Well,
can
maybe
balance
I think-
our efforts with our other work. So we could always be working on it when we can do it, when we aren't burdened with getting ready for awards and demolition
Right,
delay.
oh, definitely,
We
yes,
definitely-
yes.
So this is something actually that we can,
I
you know,
think-
if the opportunity, we're doing a plaque, so that's an opportunity. So while you're doing the plaque, you can say, we'll take this information and start that.
Yeah.
Exactly,
Yeah, I
yes,
think
Maggie.
almost a different category. I mean, I think it should be active, but maybe in the background. I mean, it's not, you don't want to defer it because then it gets left to the side.
Right,
So you want to
right,
be working on it, but maybe somehow
Different
prioritize,
project.
everyone's got so much else going on right now.
yes,
So at some point, as your
Yes.
committee gets together, can discuss it, but I think
Uh-huh.
it's worth keeping it in sight, but maybe it's not. right in
on
front.
the radar,
Yeah.
but not on the front burner.
Right.
Okay, so will the three of us then meet and discuss more? And I don't know if we'll have time in October, but maybe we'll try to get that on the calendar.
Yeah, I have time.
Okay, all right, very
What
good.
else do I do?
Um,
I retired.
With that, I want to remind everybody, to please come by 11 o'clock City Hall on Thursday, just 15-20 minutes. And be a part of the plaque installation. Unless anybody has any other comments or questions, I will move to adjourn the meeting.
I'll second that.
Okay,
Sure.
next meeting is October 27th, 6:30 in this room, and meeting is adjourned at 8:23. Thank you all very much. That was a lot of, meeting.
Bye, everybody. Have a good evening.
Thank you, Molly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'll get minutes out shortly to you, Susan, and then.
Sure.